stop thinking of negative reviews as a customer service issue, because they're actually a ranking problem. Every ignored review doesn't just chip away at your reputation. It erodes your entity trust, your local prominence signal, and ultimately, your visibility in both Google Maps and AI overviews. When you don't engage with negative reviews, you're telling Google's algorithms that your business doesn't resolve issues. And that kills one of your strongest EEAT signals, experience. In this video, we're going way beyond be polite online. We'll show you how advanced SEOs and local search teams turn review management into a visibility strategy that protects rankings, builds brand sentiment data, and influences AI-generated summaries of your brand. Let's start with the mechanics. Google's local algorithm runs on 3 pillars: relevance, distance, and prominence. Reviews directly feed into 2 of those. But here's the advanced layer that most people miss: semantic prominence. That's how Google interprets the topics and tone of your reviews to understand what your entity is actually known for. Here's what the data from a 2025 Local Visibility Index study shows. Businesses with consistent review volume growth have higher local PAC stability. In fact, Google review stars can boost your CTR from maps by up to 35%, which strengthens the behavioral signals that reinforce rankings. And sentiment-rich reviews, they improve your entity's contextual footprint. So when somebody leaves a detailed review about your fast delivery or knowledgeable staff or great customer service, Google's natural language processing is reading that and understanding what you do best. This helps AI systems like AI overviews to generate more accurate summaries of your brand. So, when you let negative reviews pile up unanswered, you're not just losing trust. You're losing semantic ground. You're essentially letting unhappy customers define what your entity represents. So when a negative review hits, your goal isn't damage control. It's data extraction and reputation repair at scale. Here's the process. Use a monitoring tool like GatherUp or SEMrush Local to check these 3 things. Review velocity. Has there been a sudden spike in negative reviews? Keyword clustering. What specific topics are being criticized? Entity overlap. Does this affect your branded queries or long-tail local searches? Step 2. Verify authenticity. Fake reviews and competitor attacks are still common, so be sure to look out for red flags like these. Inconsistent reviewer history. Do they have other reviews? Are those reviews all negative across different businesses? That's suspicious. Repetitive phrasing across multiple listings. If 3 different people are using nearly identical language to criticize your business, that's not a coincidence. Geographical anomalies or burst patterns. If you're a local dentist in Austin and suddenly you're getting negative reviews from accounts that have only reviewed businesses in Miami, that's a red flag. And pay attention to burst patterns. Multiple negative reviews posted within hours of each other, especially from new accounts. If it's fake, flag it. If it's legit, then move on to contextual analysis. Step 3. Identify the operational source. Use CRM or POS data to verify if this customer's experience maps to a real service event. If so, brief your local team. Don't just hand-wave it away. Every verified issue is a visibility opportunity. Now, here's a stat that should change how you think about responses. 73% of consumers will give you a second chance if they see a professional response. But here's what SEOs really care about. Response frequency and speed correlate with higher local PAC rankings. Why? Because responses create fresh, crawlable, keyword-rich content that tie directly to your entity. Your responses are indexable signals of brand empathy and topical relevance. When you respond, hit these 5 goals. Acknowledge and empathize. Show brand tone, not defensiveness. Start with something like, "I'm sorry you had this experience," or "I understand your frustration." Model the voice you want your brand to be known for. Clarify the issue factually. This is crucial. You want future readers and algorithms to understand this was a situational problem, not a systemic one. Reinforce your brand standards. Describe what you normally do right. This is your chance to educate people reading the review about your typical level of service. Offer an offline solution. Show you're proactive by providing a direct phone number or email so the customer can follow up with you personally. This also moves the conversation off the public platform. Close with your signature. Include your name, title, and contact info. This builds human credibility and signals that a real person, not a bot, is handling complaints. Remember, you're not just writing for one customer. You're writing for hundreds of searchers and the machine systems reading between the lines. Let's be real. Google's review filters are inconsistent, but advanced SEOs treat review integrity like link integrity. Monitor, document, and escalate. When you find a fake review, here's your action plan. Audit against Google's content policies. Does it contain spam, conflict of interest, or hate speech? These are clear violations that qualify for removal. Report within 48 hours through the business account tied to the listing. Document patterns. Use screenshots and timestamps before removal attempts. Escalate with data. Be sure to include evidence of patterns or identity mismatches. Publicly acknowledge you've reported it. This signals transparency to users and crawlers alike. If it persists, submit through the Manage Your Reviews tool, then post in the Google Business Profile Help community with your case ID. Google's Trust team actually references those public threads as case evidence. This is where advanced SEOs separate from reputation managers who just want to make the bad reviews go away. Negative reviews are essentially free voice of customer data. They're telling you exactly what's broken in your business, often in the customer's own words. And here's how the best teams use them. Run your reviews through a tool like MonkeyLearn or ChatGPT to find recurring complaint clusters. Surface new keyword opportunities, things like slow checkout or delivery delays, and feed them back into your content strategy. Build a workflow that automatically routes high-severity reviews to your product or customer experience teams. For example, a pizza chain noticed hard to reach by phone appearing in multiple reviews. They integrated an AI voice agent on their Google Business Profile number. Review volume doubled, and their average rating jumped from a 3.4 to a 4.2 in 6 months. That's review optimization as a conversion strategy, not just reputation repair. The best defense is a structured offense. Top SEOs don't just ask for reviews, they orchestrate them. And here's how they do it. Automate ethical outreach by triggering review requests through your CRM post-purchase, but stagger them to avoid velocity spikes that look suspicious. A/B test your timing. For service businesses, requests sent 2 to 3 days post-experience usually get higher response rates and better sentiment. Diversify where you're collecting reviews. Don't rely on only Google. Build authority on niche platforms like Yelp, Trustpilot, or industry-specific directories. Keep your on-page structured data updated. Your aggregate rating schema should dynamically reflect your actual ratings. And build a brand sentiment dashboard using Looker or Power BI to visualize sentiment over time and tie it back to your CTR, conversion, and visibility metrics. The bottom line is reviews are both a ranking asset and a brand data pipeline. Negative reviews don't just test your reputation, they test your brand's entity resilience. Every response you post is a micro signal of credibility, empathy, and reliability, all qualities Google's systems increasingly prioritize. So treat review management like SEO optimization. Track it, test it, automate it, and feed it back into your growth engine. Let us know in the comments how you deal with negative reviews and what has or hasn't worked for you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we deliver the most up-to-date and reliable information on all things SEO and PPC directly to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.